Hello, my name is Marian. I'm from the blog Miss Mustard Seed.
And I'm Kriste. I'm from the blog Rosemary in Time.
And this is Design Ramblings, where we talk about anything and all things design related. And this is a weekly show. We post every Friday. So if you like us and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel. Okay, so we do have a question from one of our readers. This is Dolores. And I think a lot of people might have this problem. She says, what do you do if you like a lot of different styles of furnishings and accessories? She likes mid-century modern. She likes my style as well, which is kind of French farmhouse, a little somewhere, I don't know. Those are such buzzwords now. I think it's tough to...
That's how I would describe it, French farmhouse.
All right, and then she likes shaker, farmhouse, flea market style, and she could go on and on. So what does an eclectic person do? Where to start? She says, I think you will say sofa. So where do you start? If you like a lot of different decorating styles, where do you start?
I mean, her saying sofa, I do think that that's kind of a good place to start. Is like bigger pieces of furniture, because they do kind of set the tone for the room. I know for me, like, I like lots of different styles. I'm right there with you. Like, my Pinterest boards sometimes are like all over the place, and you can tell like how I was feeling a certain day when I was painting. You know? And I think that bringing in smaller pieces that kind of mix and match from different styles is a good way to kind of feed your like little eclectic soul while still kind of keeping the palette neutral.
Sorry, your eclectic soul. Yeah. It's like there's your first book. Decorating for the Eclectic Soul.
Coming in 2016.
Yeah, I think it really is an art form, I think, to combine a lot of different decorating styles. Now, some of these, like I think flea market, farmhouse, my style, those all sort of
go together. They
go well together. And I do think shaker and mid-century modern can go really well together too, because shaker's just very simple lines. Right. Even though it's an old style, very modern for its time. And then mid-century modern, I mean, of course, that can get really, really crazy. You can get those, like, really, I would think they're extremely ugly pieces, but...
Like, very Jetson.
Yeah, right. Spacey looking.
Like the oblong triangular coffee table.
Yep. Yep. Which isn't my thing at all. And I think you have to know what's going to work together, but you also have to be okay with, like, if it works for your design eye, like, just go with it. Right. Like, it doesn't matter if anybody else, if you're breaking someone else's decorating rule or you're, you know...
There are no rules. Like, honestly, there are no rules.
If you love it and love it all together, then just, like, be free to go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think... Because I think when you feel like you need to be pigeonholed in one style, then...
Well, then it's not authentic, and it's not really you.
Yeah.
You're just kind of buying things to fit in with a particular aesthetic that you're going for, but it may not necessarily be even things that you love, which is kind of pointless, I feel like.
So I think for the eclectic person, like, the common thread might not be the style, but it's your love of those pieces. And so it's your style. And I think there can be so many very interesting rooms that are created that way.
Absolutely.
I've seen very modern spaces where there's a lot of mid-century modern going on, and then there's this really rustic, chippy hutch right in the middle of it all. And it just looks, stunning. It just draws attention to it. It looks like a piece of art amid all the other modern pieces. It just works. So I think if you're looking at your space and you're like, this is just a mess, then maybe you're missing the mark. Maybe you need to step back and edit some, take away the pieces you don't love, start with the pieces you do love. So where to start? Work with what you have already, and we've talked about this a lot. Yeah. Take away what you don't love.
Even taking away everything, I feel like, and putting back one at a time things that you really would feel sad to let go of.
Right. Yeah, and maybe reworking them, rethinking them, positioning them in different ways. because so much of blending styles is about contrasts and about juxtaposition. Yep. So if you have this very ornate, overstuffed velvet sofa, and then combined with a really sleek modern table, that might look great.
Right.
And then you could probably with that put like one of those real shaggy white rugs, or you could probably go with like an oriental rug as well.
Right. I love just throwing in oriental rugs. I love that. Like
those go with
anything.
Yeah, those go almost anywhere.
I love it.
Almost anywhere.
Yeah, and I think it's really hard to kind of edit sometimes. I know for myself, because I have some things that were, maybe hand-me-downs from people that I love, that I really enjoy and would love to have in my home, but it doesn't necessarily fit in places. So what I'll do is actually remove it from the room and then try it somewhere else. And I think a lot of people forget that you can do that. Like, just shop your own house and kind of swap things out. So I would recommend doing that too. If you feel like there are kind of just, maybe a little box full of things that doesn't work in one room, just like take them out and see if they work other places, swap things out. Yeah, I feel like that's always a good tip too.
And I think if you have a friend who has a good design eye, maybe have them come for the day and just, you can take turns, like let's work on my room one day and your room the next day, and just sort of rearrange things. Sometimes, even if you're someone who does have an artistic eye, it just helps to have a second opinion.
Absolutely.
And to help you sort of rethink things, because sometimes someone will be really excited about something you have that you're just kind of sick over, and you're like, oh, well, I'm kind of looking at it in fresh, like with fresh eyes now. Like, this is a great piece, and I do love it. Yeah. So let's make it a bigger feature now. Right. So I think if you're eclectic, don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, don't feel like penned in all about it. Like,
yeah. If so, people are like, well, what's your style? Just say you're eclectic.
I have no idea what my style is. I have no idea.
Then you're eclectic. But I think, too, like, you're fairly... How long ago did you get married?
2 years.
2 years. So you're still, like, in the beginning of setting up house.
That's true.
And I think it took me a good 10 years to really settle into what I really liked. Because until then, it's like, well, whatever I can afford.
Exactly.
Whatever I can afford, that's what I like. That's what I have in my house. And then I think when you get to the point where you can sort of start investing a little bit more into pieces, that I think you start to sort of see what really your style is. Yeah. Because I think early on, like, so often I would buy things just because they were a good bargain, but now I can wait and be patient and then splurge on a piece that I really love. Yeah. So anyway, go eclectic people out there, like,
absolutely
good for you. So if you have any pictures of your space that you'd like to share with us, Dolores, maybe you can give us a visual of what you're talking about, or maybe what you're struggling with. If you have a space that you feel like is all over the place, then send along pictures and we'll talk about that and give you some ideas and just our opinions for what they're worth. Yeah. We'll share those with you. So thanks for liking this video, and please leave your comments and questions. We love to read those and engage with you. And we will be heading to Atlanta next week, so we're hoping to film a few episodes down there that you'll see probably in a few weeks. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. See, I do not dress like I decorate. I would have nothing in my home that's remotely like this.
It reminds me of, like, Morse code. Like,
yeah. Should I keep this shirt? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm keeping mine, so don't vote on that.
Okay. Awkward endings.
Why did it get so weird for you?
They do. It's like I don't know how to end. I could just keep going. So we'll
see you then.
The end.